I'm an award-winning trainer in the success principles that we teach via the Jack Canfield Training Group. If you don't have a copy of the success principles, which is the sort of holy grail of what we do, please do feel free to hop on to Amazon or other book retailers and make sure you get a copy. There's also a success principles book for teenagers on Amazon too, and my own book, which is for parents, careers leaders, apprenticeships, employability. So welcome, everybody. So the purpose of today's exercise is to give you a bit of a flavour about how to get your learners getting the life and career that they really want, because over 70% of them really don't know what it is they want to do with their lives. And this becomes quite prevalent every time I go into a school, college or university. The same thing happens, and it's got worse since COVID. So that's quite an interesting topic to get into. So these courses are not just about careers. I don't offer career advice. I offer holistic advice on terms of what our learners actually want to get out of their lives. And it's quite interesting that they really, really don't know, because the first thing that everybody should be doing is deciding what they want to be, what they want to have, and what they want to do. I do this exercise everywhere I go. It's such good fun. And we do a little exercise also where I stand at the front of the room and say, who wants this £5 note? And everyone goes, me, 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 me. However, the key to all of this is who's actually prepared to get off their bottom and come to the front of the room and get it. All sorts of issues there with self-confidence, self-belief, not knowing whether this is real or not. So we try this exercise 2 or 3 times until we get to the point of saying, if you want something in life, it generally doesn't come to you. No one's going to knock on the door of your flat and say, here's the job of your dreams, here's the house of your dreams, here's the dog of your dreams, or the partner of your dreams. You actually have to physically get up and go and get whatever it is that you want. So we have that exercise 3 or 4 times throughout the workshops that I do, and somebody twigs eventually and obviously has a free lunch on me, which is great. So the thing is how to have your learners get to understand what it is they want to be, do, and have. So throughout these workshops that I do, we look at several aspects. One is the power of decision. You have to decide what you want in life and then go after it. Then you have to define your goals and your dreams and your aspirations and go after it. Yes, there will be a lot of obstacles to climb over, under, behind, dig under, whatever, but it's promoting this concept of self-confidence, self-belief, resilience to handle almost anything that can come at you. So we're going to have a look at that today. Now, the success principles are key to having the life that you really want. And success principle number 3 is called decide what you want. So before you do this with your students or have me in to do it with your students, first off, do you know what you want to be, have, and do in your life? Because as an example to learners, however young they are, I work with younger people from age 14 right through to postgraduate students in education. So if I asked you, do you know what you want to be, have, and do in your life? Is it yes, no, working on it, or you've given up on your hopes and dreams? And most of us end up in that bottom column quite a lot of the time, but you shouldn't need to do that. So one of the exercises that we do as Canfield trainers is create an I want list. And we have 2 people working together, and one person says to the other person, what do you want? What do you want to be? What do you want to have? These aren't mind-blowing things that people say. it's quite interesting that on a base level of Maslow's hierarchy, people want to be warm, they want somewhere to live, they want enough food to eat, they want a dog or a pet, or they want to get a job of some sort but don't know what that looks like. Now, the thing is to look at these areas of their life holistically. You then get more of a focused approach in advising learners about their future, whether they're senior leadership apprenticeships or whether they're school kids in secondary education. It doesn't matter. But over periods of weeks, we do this. What do you want to have, be, and do in your life? When we talk about careers, I talk about it from a point of view. Do you get on with other people? Are you great at teamwork? Do you want to work inside? Do you want to work outside with animals? And it's getting to these core values of who these learners are. I decided quite a while back not to be a full-time employee anymore because I like to do my own thing. So I like to not be micromanaged and all that sort of thing. But you do have even young people who have an idea, and you probably have too, that from a very early age, you probably had some inkling. Are you creative? Are you analytical? I met a guy at an open day the other week, and he all the time he kept mentioning data analytics, economics, business, all those sorts of things, and then said, I'd like to do a course in marketing. So we had that conversation about, if your brain is very left-sided, yes, do include some marketing in your degree course, but everything you're telling me is moving towards a different space in terms of accounting, analytics, all those sorts of things. His mum and dad were super, super pleased, because at the end of the day, these sorts of conversations help learners decide what kind of avenue they're passionate about and they're most suited about. And it's the really key thing that we need to get across. So in my workshops, I go through all of these sections with the students, either in a whole day or generally over several weeks, especially if they're young learners. So when they've decided what it is they want to be, do, and have in those 6 areas of their lives, we're aiming now to build a balanced lifestyle so that they can achieve most of these things. But now you have to decide, what's my goal? And a young man at a school up in Buckinghamshire said to me, do you know what, I've been mucking about, Leslie, for a couple of years now, haven't been going to homework club, haven't been handing in my stuff. Will you come with me to evidence the fact that I've been there? Because I actually want to get really good grades and go on to college and study whatever it is he wanted to study. So I took him over there. And it's these mind-blowing light bulb moments that is so good for us as trainers to be able to see, and for you as careers, employability, apprenticeship leaders to be able to see some personal development in your learners apart from the curriculum, which is obviously very important. So if we look at health and fitness, for example, most of our learners, and whether they're young or mature, they don't look after themselves health-wise. And LinkedIn polls show 100% of people had said they were not as fit and healthy as they would want to be. Certainly younger learners and some people in their 20s and 30s spend hours on gaming. And 50% do no exercise at all. And that's not healthy. A lot of people I talk to go, I'm working from home and I have to get on with everything. There's nothing wrong with taking a break and going out at lunchtime, going for a walk, even if it's around the block or down to the park. Take a break, because it helps the mindset in several ways. First, you get a fresh perspective. I could speak together today, I'd be dangerous. So you'd be able to see things in a different light. I do that a lot when I hit a roadblock in my thinking. I go away, come back later. So taking a break also can help you to recharge and refocus your energy, especially around lunch times. Stop skipping lunches. And finally, taking a break can help you manage stress and prevent burnout. So we need to encourage all our learners and lead by example by encouraging them to do these three things. What do they do to achieve those three things? So my question to you is, are you as fit and healthy as you want to be? This is a great question to ask our learners as well. It's really, really key to leading a balanced lifestyle. So what will you do as a result of today? Have you got any ideas about what you might want to do? Exploring the local countryside, for example, exploring fitness and health classes in the area, some of which are actually free. Look at Cancer Research's UK's 30 fun ways to exercise. Exercising doesn't have to be a chore. I dance a lot in historical dancing in Regency and Baroque eras, and it's not a chore for me to suddenly do 7,500 steps one night because we're in the midst of that flow. Could you get up every hour that you're studying, you're working, walk around, go chat to somebody, have coffee, go up and down in the lift and go outside for a while? It doesn't matter what you do as long as those are those mini breaks. I have a thing on my computer which sounds off every hour to encourage me to actually get up and do something. So setting a timer perhaps on your laptop or your PC might be a great idea, just to say hands off the dissertation, or hands off the assignment, or hands off, marking students' work, or hands off doing that big document. So what will you do? What will you want to be, do, and have? Do you want a better lifestyle? Are you super happy with it? It really doesn't matter as long as you make some steps to move forward. After all of that, and looking at 6 areas of your life, then you need to be thinking about vision boards, otherwise known as mood boards. This is mine for the next 3 years. It covers all the aspects of life that we've been talking about this morning, and some of which I'm looking at again thinking, crikey, I don't know how any of this is going to happen. Some things have happened already, which is great. The publication of my book called The Ultimate Guide for Parents, that's happened already. And there's a lot of stuff down the left-hand side that I've achieved already. So I have a 3-year plan and some goals. Yes, life gets in the way. And this year we've dealt with lots of bereavement in the family, etc. And it has COVID, obviously, threw my business off course. But it's that resilience of being able to get on the horse and go forth, which a lot of people often need our support with. So what's next for you today? As a careers and employability apprenticeship leader, what is it that you could take away from today to help your students, your learners? Drop me a message in the chat. For those of you who are attending live, I'm going to send you the PDF of Jack's book called Success Principles. Yay! If you weren't able to attend live, just drop me a message and I will send you the book anyway. So you can ask the students these sorts of questions as well, and a small proportion of them will have moved forward significantly just by having that time for themselves without the curriculum getting involved here. So if you need me to help you, why don't you book an exploratory call? I don't do sales calls, so if you want to have a chat with me and see what might be possible for you or your learners of any age, please have a look at the Calendly link below and contact me and we can have a chat. It's that simple. Or if you're an adult thinking about, I actually don't know what I want to be, do, and have either, sign up for my hybrid life coaching course. It's an online course, but you get access to me live to give you some help and advice. So it's Leslie's School at Thinkific. The link is there. Please do contact me, have an exploratory call, because life coaching is not for everybody. You might not yet be in the right space to want life coaching, but your students, your learners certainly will be. So reach out and have a chat. You have absolutely nothing to lose. I've been Leslie Strachan Coaching. and it's been lovely to be with you today. Thank you for being here.